Even with all of the new technologies incorporated into vehicles, Gwatney Collision in West Little Rock and North Little Rock are consistently ahead of the curve. Here to discuss the collision business is Jamie Cobb. As always, so great to see you, Jamie.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So how does Gwatney Collision stay ahead of the curve?
Well, technology is forever changing, so we have to keep our technicians educated. They have to take courses. They can do some of those online. A lot of them are like in person, welding courses, keeping up with the latest types of metals, frames, and body materials. With the invention of aluminum body panels, we have to be ready to take on any challenge with any kind of make and model of vehicle that comes in, because we don't just work on GM cars, we work on all makes and models.
Well, Gwatney Collision is really known as the repair facility with all the major endorsements, meaning first to repair the new Corvettes, first in Arkansas certified to repair Teslas. Yep. Is obtaining and maintaining these endorsements something that you focus on? Is there new things in the works?
Absolutely, because every manufacturer has a different level of things that have to be met when repairing a vehicle.
Sure.
So we have to make sure that we have those OER, or original manufacturer's endorsements, to be able to repair those vehicles correctly, which means you have to have access to the measurements of the vehicle, the frame, those sort of things. And once that technology is passed into the system, then our machines can help calibrate the repair. And so, yes, we have to have those endorsements to stay on top of each make and model. There's just so many out there. You mentioned EV. Tesla is one of our biggest repairs that we do on Tesla vehicles, and now with Rivian coming out, Rivian's an all EV vehicle as well. So we are getting those into our shop as well. So.
And you had just mentioned calibrate. Calibration's a huge thing. What all does that incorporate as well?
Well, if you think about calibration, your blind zone sensors in your mirrors that let you know there's a vehicle beside you, your backup sensors in your rear bumper. Now we have forward collision alert sensors. So basically 360 degrees, if you have the kind of vehicle that has the top view of the vehicle, they call it bird's eye view, looking down on top of the vehicle, all of these cameras have to be calibrated. And if you get into an accident and you damage any part of that vehicle, it has to all be calibrated again. We put mirrors around the vehicle, and you have to space those exactly the same distance that a car might be to you to calibrate that particular camera, so you don't run into somebody because we didn't calibrate it correctly. And even if something as simple as a windshield replacement, you have to recalibrate everything, because a lot of vehicles now have the heads-up display in your windshield that you can see your speedometer on the dashboard, or it has collision avoidance sensors that flash on the windshield. So all that has to be calibrated.
I had the opportunity to see that calibration taking place in-house, and it was very interesting to see. Something else that you're doing in-house is auto glass. Talk to me more about this.
Well, a lot of times vehicles, the glass gets damaged during an accident, but even if it doesn't get damaged, a lot of the glass has to be removed to repair the vehicle properly. So we have to have the windshield taken out, or the back window, or a side glass removed. We used a lot of independent glass companies in the past, and they're great, but they're not always on site when we need to get that glass out. So we just decided, hey, why don't we just have our own glass people in-house? So now we have the ability to take glass in, put glass in, take glass out, just like any windshield repair company would, but we do everything right in-house.
And can anyone take advantage of this, whether they've been in a collision or not?
If you just have a cracked windshield, or even get something as simple as a rock chip, we have the ability just to repair that rock chip, and we can take care of that all through your insurance company directly.
You have a new website for Gwatney Collision. What is that website?
GwatneyCollision.net, but GwatneyCollision.net.
And one last thing that we need to mention, because I think this is really cool that you're involved in, is Gwatney Buick GMC always has been a big supporter of the Museum of Automobiles on Petit Jean Mountain. Yep. A big fundraiser coming up that we should know about?
Yeah, actually May 29th, they're having John Schneider, who was in the Dukes of Hazzard. They actually have a General Lee on display up there, and you can go get your picture made with John Schneider. buy the vehicle autographed and all that kind of cool stuff. But not only, they just have a really cool car display, and it's been the Museum of Arts has been there for years, the cars, but they've rotated them out now, so they've got a whole new collection of cars in there. And so for years people say, well, they've got the same cars. Not anymore. They're trying to do different themes. They may have a Mustang theme at one time, or Camaro, or maybe just your classic car. They did a Corvette theme last year where they had all different makes and models of Corvettes. So go up there and take a look. Even if you can't make it on the 29th, go up there and support the museum because it is really cool.
It is really, really neat. Well, lastly, as we wrap up, where can we find you at Gwatney Collision Center?
Gwatney Collision in North Little Rock is next to Sam's Club at the main dealership. And then also on West Markham, we have West Markham Auto Mall, and our collision center is located there as well.
Always great information, Jamie. Thank you
Absolutely.
for your time. Well, more Good Morning Arkansas after this.